Focus mode has begun. Go ahead and meet me on the floor, on your mat, wherever you are. However you showed up today is beautiful and exactly right. There is no perfect practice and there is no perfect way to show up for it. The way that you show up is just by being genuinely yourself, by honoring your physical body completely. And understanding that through our practice, I'm just a guide. Everything that I say up here is a suggestion to expand your awareness, to help reacquaint you more deeply with your physical body and the sensations in it, and help retrain your nervous system. And if at any point the things that I'm saying or something that I'm suggesting does not serve you, causes you pain, or is uncomfortable, move, shift. You come first, and nobody knows your body like you do. So we'll find our way onto our backs. And as you do, keeping this nice bend in the knees to support the low back here, we'll settle the backs of our arms down onto the mat. And then you might lay your palms on your belly. You might lay your palms down by your sides or up in goalpost arms. But feel what is good for you. And then once you find yourself here, let your awareness travel down into the pads of your feet and notice how the pads of your feet feel, gently pressed against the earth. What does the weight of them feel like? Can you feel the temperature beneath the pads of your feet or on your toes? Is it warm? Is it cold? Can you notice the texture? Soft, maybe you're carpeted underneath you. Notice what you feel under the pads and toes of your feet. And then allow your awareness to travel up now into the heart center and the chest. With your next exhale, let your shoulders melt down into the earth. Release all effort in the throat and the upper back. Let the upper arms settle heavy down onto your mat. Bring ease to the whole of your face by relaxing the jaw, the lips, unfurrowing the eyebrows, and letting your tongue float in your mouth. If you haven't already, softening your gaze or closing your eyes if that feels safe, and choosing to just be here in this moment. There's nowhere else you need to be, nothing you need to be doing, just present, here with a sensation of your physical body gently resting on the earth beneath you. And as you lie here, begin to notice the breath in your body without changing it. Just become the witness to your inhales and your exhales. Notice what parts of your body rise and fall as you draw breath in and expand. As you exhale and let it all go. Maybe you feel your heart center rise with each inhale, maybe your belly. Just notice without judgment. We witness objectively, compassionately, where we feel the breath in our body. And then on your next inhale, begin to deepen the breath in the belly. Send it all the way down. Fill yourself all the way up. Exhale, let it all go. Let it melt away from the body. Again, another big inhale, filling the belly, filling the lungs, and then let it all go. Nice and slow. Again, another deep inhale into the belly. This time, hold your breath at the top for just a moment, and then take a second inhale, even if it's just a tablespoon of air, and then let it all go from the body. Again, inhaling, filling the body all the way up, all the way down into the belly, holding your breath at the top for just a moment, and then take a quick second inhale, any sip of air you can fit left in your body, and then let it all go. Release it from the body. This is a double inhale. Let's do it again. Inhaling, fill the body up. Take the second inhale, let it all go. Let's do this twice more at your own pace. Taking the second inhale and then letting it go. Last time. And then begin to settle back into your natural inhale and exhale. And you might notice maybe it's a little more deep into the belly this time. Maybe your breath is a little less effortful. This double inhale is a beautiful way to teach our amygdala that we are safe. So the amygdala is the fear center of our brain. And this double inhale stimulates our vagal nerves, and it also tells the amygdala that it's all right to be here. So anytime that you are stressed, keep in mind that double inhale. Let your body know it's okay to be present. From here, remaining with our natural inhales and exhales, let's find a little movement. So we're going to walk our heels towards our glutes or towards our buttocks. And then I'm going to shimmy my shoulders together so the backs of my arms are pressed against the earth. I'm going to make sure that my towel or my blanket sausage is close by. And I'm going to press myself up into restorative bridge. How I do this is I'm pressing to the backs of my arms, to the pads of my feet. I'm going to lift my pelvis up towards the ceiling. And I can lift it all the way and hold my knees tracking towards the sky, or I can lift it just enough to take my sausage roll blanket and place it up underneath my tailbone, and then settle my hips back down onto this blanket. And this blanket does a few different things, right? Not only is it really awesome sensory feedback, and feel free to adjust it up and down the spine, right? We're looking for support that feels good in your physical shape. What this also does is it tilts the pelvic bowl and helps us with our next exercise. From here, sitting on this roll, press down through the pad of your right foot, draw your left knee up in towards your chest or out towards your armpit, wherever gives your belly room to breathe. We're just going to hold it here for a moment. You might point and flex the toes as you do. You might hold the knee. You might hold behind the thigh. But we're pressing down through the right foot. That right knee is tracking towards the ceiling. And I'm bending this left knee in towards the chest or towards the armpit. And you might simply be just hanging out like this. Ankle circles one way, ankle circles the other. And then we're going to warm up this hip joint here. So when you're ready, extend through that left leg, point through the left toe. Ooh, feel that hamstring stretch. And then again, let's do some point and flex here. So point through the toe, pull the heel down towards the ground. And we're going to hold this, really pressing, sending our energy out through the toes of the left foot as we invite that left heel down towards the earth. Now we're going to switch it. Press through the heel, flex the toes towards the body. Breathing into the belly as we do this. And then again, pointing the toe. Beautiful. Let's bend that knee, drop it down, switch sides. We're going to bring that right knee up in towards the chest or out towards the armpit. Listen to your body. We might point and flex here with this knee bent. Breathing into the belly. Continuing to breathe and fill the body. Bringing ease to the face and the jaw as we do. Let's find some ankle circles one way and then the other. And then when you're ready, straighten that right leg up towards the ceiling, continuing to press through the pad of this left foot. And then we'll point the toes of that right foot, invite that heel down towards the earth. really pressing. What we're doing here, this is a nerve floss. So if you struggle with numbness in the feet, cramping in the legs, sciatica, this nerve floss that we're doing just by pointing intensely and then now flexing, pressing through the heel, pulling the toes towards the body, flosses the nerves that run down the legs, up the low back. All right, point it one more time. Beautiful. Lower that right foot down. We're going to switch sides. Again, pressing through the pad of that right foot. We're going to extend the left leg towards the sky and point the toe. And you're going to imagine that the toes of your feet are a graphite pencil, and you're going to draw little circles on the ceiling. And maybe the circles are the size of a dinner plate. And continuing to breathe into the belly as you make these circles, let the circles grow larger. And as you draw these circles with your left leg, your leg is going to swing further and further out towards the left as these circles grow. So let the circles grow and grow, each one larger than the last. And I have my hands down here. I'm holding on to my towel. This helps me engage in this movement with more ease. And whether your circles are big, you might have your knee bent here, the tip of your knee being your pencil, drawing your circles. There are a million ways to find this sensation in our body, but we are exploring that hip joint. It's ball and socket, and it needs this range of motion from us here. Beautiful. When you're ready, switch directions. Let's take 3 big circles in the opposite direction. Let them be as big as they can be. Point the toe, stretch long through the leg, and then lower the pad of that left foot down towards the mat. Get ready to switch sides. So we're pressing now through the pad of that left foot, extending the right leg, pointing the toe. And when you're ready, starting those circles, pointing the toe or the knee, right? Starting those circles. Letting those circles grow and grow with each rotation. Until we're exploring the full range of motion of our hip socket. When you're ready, switch directions. Make 3 big, big circles. And then lower the pad of that right foot back on down. Beautiful. From here, before we make any movements, soften your gaze or close your eyes and relax the body completely. We're going to bring the pads of the feet together. Let the knees fall out towards the side in Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle. And from here, with the pads of the feet pressed together, the weight of the knees heavy out towards the right and the left. Bring your awareness down into the low belly. And with your next inhale, allow your breath to expand the low belly, expand the area of the low back. And then as you exhale, release any effort in this area of the body. Let it melt down into the surface beneath you. You might take another breath or 2, each inhale, expanding the low belly, filling it all the way up. Each exhale, melting effort from this area of the body. Allow your awareness now to travel up towards the heart center and the shoulders. Ask yourself, how can I bring myself ease here? Sometimes as I lay on my back, I like to tuck my shoulder blades in towards one another to help open up through the heart center and create a little more room for my breath. So if that's you this morning, you might try that out. And then once you do, settle the heart center down onto the earth. With your next inhale, feel the heart rise, feel the chest expand. As you exhale, let it melt, let the shoulders melt down. Releasing effort from the front of the throat and the jaw. breathing into the body. Notice how your natural inhale and exhale feel in this posture. Taking time to feel, taking time to invite our awareness down into our physical form, engaging it with movement helps retrain our nervous system towards peace. It helps relieve tension and stress in the body. Just by noticing your breath right now, you're bringing healing. Beautiful. When you're ready, draw the knees together, plant the pads of the feet, and two options here. So if you're like me and you've got a pretty decent sized belly, you might leave the pads of your feet on the earth for this one, just like you are. If you would like to draw your knees out towards the armpits or in towards the chest and either grab on the outside of the knees or the back of the thighs, you're welcome to do that as well. Wherever you are finding yourself, take a little rock to the left and the right. So if your pads of your feet are planted on your mat, use your feet as leverage to gently rock the knees to the left and the right, feeling that low back massage. If your knees are in towards your chest, simply take a rock like you would imagine a baby would on the ground, left and right, back and forth, giving some love to the kidneys and the adrenal glands, noticing how this towel or blanket beneath you feels, massaging that low back. And then from here, we'll turn this into a twist. So when you are ready, let both knees fall towards the left. And if the pads of your feet are planted, you're going to bring your knees together and let them fall towards the left. We're going to tee our arms out wide or up in goalpost arms. And then let the shoulders settle down on towards the mat. If that right shoulder is floating just a bit, nothing wrong with that. You might bring your right hand to your belly just to kind of support this area of the body. But from here, your biggest job is to breathe and to feel. So once again, close the eyes or soften the gaze. Send your awareness down into the low belly along with your breath. Feel your next inhale, expand the low belly, expand the low back. Exhale, release any effort from that area. Let the knees hang heavy. And as we relax the physical body here, if your knees shift, if your feet shift, let them. Let the body shift. Find a posture that brings sensation and ease. And breathe. You might, on your next exhale, notice how much air you can release from the body. Can you release every draw? Again, we bring ease to the face. If the mind starts to wander, if we start to think about to-do lists or judge our posture or actions, invite your awareness back to that inhale and exhale. Let the sensations of your body, that tactile feedback, be like a fidget spinner for your mind, calming it and focusing it on the present moment, what you're doing right now. You can remain here, or you might rock back onto your back. Ooh, you might again find that little rock to the left and the right. Maybe bring your knees in towards the chest or armpits. A little movement can feel good after a deep, deep twist like that. And then we'll make this twist in the opposite direction, letting the knees fall towards the right. And take stock, however you enjoyed your twist last time, whatever ways you might have improved upon it for your own comfort, do that now. I'm resting both hands on my belly or on my side here because that is what my body is asking for. A little bit of a hug, a little coziness. And then again, draw your awareness down into the low belly, down into the low back, and let your breath release effort here. Inhale, send the breath down, let the belly expand. Exhale, release all effort, let the knees hang heavy. You might notice how deep and full you can take the breath into your body. As you lie here, you might let those exhales grow long. Extending our exhales slows our heart rate. It stimulates what they call the vagal brake. It's a nerve that runs from the base of the skull down into the heart. And it's stimulated by the muscles of the neck when we inhale and exhale. It's beautiful. So simply by being here, by taking these deep, slow breaths, we're retraining our nervous system towards peace. Beautiful. From here, rock back onto the back when you're ready. Plant the pads of each feet. We're going to walk our feet out wide. So you might choose mat width apart. I walk my feet out a little further than mat width apart, and then I'm going to press my knees gently towards one another. And it's almost like I'm imagining the inside of my thighs pressing down towards the earth. Just gently, I come up onto the inside blade edges of my feet as I do this. Fun little stretch for the outside of the hips here. Again, bringing ease to the cheeks and the jaw, letting the breath fill the body. Noticing sensation as you breathe and stretch. When you're ready, release the knees. Woohoo! All right. We're going to walk our heels back towards our glutes, back towards our bottom again. I'm going to tuck my shoulder blades towards one another, planting the back of my hands, opening up my heart center. I'm going to remove the towel or the blanket from beneath my hips. I'm going to press into my hip, in my feet, hips skyward, removing that blanket. I won't need it for the time being. Slowly lower your hips down onto your mat and just notice how they feel. It's been a little while since they've settled into alignment with the rest of your spine. Take a moment and notice. Without judgment, there's no good or bad. Even if it aches, it's still beautiful simply to observe and witness. All right, 2 options. You can roll over onto the side of your body and press yourself up into seated now. Or you might grab the back of your thighs, grab your knees, and rock up into a seated posture. So it's entirely up to you how you want to get here. But find a seat. Whew. And my hair, I love it. Fix your hair, fix your pants, or just show up messy. However you want to do it. Once you find your seat, we're not going to remain here for long, and I will tell you why. This is called Sukhasana. It's called easy posture, right? You might call it crisscross applesauce or cross-legged. It's hard on the hip flexors and it's hard on the low back. So we're going to grab our towel, grab our blanket, and I'm going to unroll it. Oop. And then create for myself a bit of a cushion that I'm going to place on my sits bones. And my sits bones are right here on either side of my booty cheeks. They're the ischial tuberosity, they're the protrusions. on your hips that settle down into the earth. And when we sit up on a bolster, when we sit up on a blanket or even two, what this does is it makes space for your tummy. It brings ease to your hip flexors and your low back, tilts the pelvic bowl, and aligns each vertebra for us so that when we inhale, we can imagine pulling our energy up from the base of our spine out through the top of our head, creating space between each vertebra. And we can do it with a little more ease. So finding this easy seated posture, legs crossed, maybe one in front of the other. It might feel good to have the pads of your feet together, knees out towards a side and bound angle. However you want to spend this time, what we want to do is focus our attention on our physical body and not on the effort of this posture. So close your eyes or soften your gaze when you're ready. And again, take that deep inhale. Imagine drawing energy up from the base of the spine, all the way out to the top of the head, growing long. And as you exhale, let the shoulders melt away from the ears. One more time, inhale, drawing the energy up, creating that space in between each vertebra. Exhale, let the shoulders melt away from the ears. Let the face melt with it. Find your natural breath. Beautiful. We'll again do some light twisting. So on an inhale, sweep the arms out and up. As you exhale, you're going to plant the right hand behind you. And because we are sitting up, if you are wanting to grab a block, a book, or another pillow or something to place at your spine, do so. But as we plant the right hand behind us, we're going to take the palm of our left hand to our right knee. And we're just going to gaze over that right shoulder. So we're finding this seated twist. And then you might settle into stillness here, or you might find some micro movements. And micro movements are this: as we twist our torso, as we imagine our rib cage turning and trying to gaze in the same direction as our eyes, you might again continue to inhale, draw energy up through the spine, lengthen. And then as you exhale, sink a little more deeply into this twist. Inhale, growing long. Exhale, surrendering a little more deeply. So however you want to spend this time, whether in stillness or micro movement, explore how the breath feels in this posture. Taking deep breaths into the belly, filling yourself up, and then exhale, letting it all go. On your next inhale, release back to neutral. Roll the shoulders, shake it out, find a little movement. This is a lot for the body that we're doing today. On your next inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, right hand comes to left knee, left hand plants behind you. I come up on my fingertips behind me, and I'm gazing over that left shoulder. And again, I'm imagining this twist more so with the rib cage. It's easy, or it can be easier to gaze over that shoulder, but our motion here is on the right side of this rib cage, wanting to turn and gaze in the same direction as your face. So whether you hang out here in stillness or you find those micro movements, come back to the breath. On your next inhale, release, come back to neutral. Beautiful. From here, let's extend the legs out long. We don't have a lot of time left. I want to warm up the sides of the body, or I want to move into the sides of the body before we cool back down and lay on our mat. So from here, finding your wide-legged stance, and maybe that is really wide and maybe it's not, but know that just like in life, every day, how much food we eat is different. Our body's needs differ every day. And so does our body's flexibility and ability. So wherever you're at, enjoy it for what it is, even if it looks different than yesterday. So finding this wide-legged stance, we'll press gently through the heels, flexing the toes towards the body. And then again, on an inhale, we're drawing energy up from the base of the spine, growing long through the body. Exhale, shoulders melt away from the ears. All right. I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to plant it on the ground behind me. I'm going to sweep my right arm up overhead and then press my fingertips up and out. So I'm pressing my fingertips towards the wall to my left as I press through my right heel. So I'm growing long on the right side of my body here. And as you hang out here, you might imagine sending your breath to the right side of your rib cage and feeling it expand with each inhale and release with each exhale. Continuing to press through those fingertips, and you send your breath to the right side of that rib cage and let it help you in this effort to grow long on your side body. Each inhale, stretching you a little further. On your next inhale, rise back up. We'll switch sides, planting the right hand. Left hand reaches overhead. Pressing through that left heel as we press through the fingertips of our left hand. Feeling this length. Sending our breath now into that left rib cage. With each inhale, it expands further, stretching our body here. And maybe you can feel it, and maybe all you can do is imagine it, and both are powerful. On an inhale, rise all the way up. Again, we'll find our easy seated posture. So maybe your legs crossed, maybe you keep them out wide, but allow it to be as effortless as possible. Our 30 minutes has very, very quickly come to a close. So this is incredible. And there is so much more that I want to do with y'all. I could do this for an hour. I could do this for 2 hours. And I hope that we get the opportunity to do that soon. Wherever you are, in whatever pose you've chosen to end class, you might bring your palms together towards the heart center in Anjali Mudra. As you inhale, feel your chest rise to meet your thumbs. As you exhale, an option to take a gentle bow in the head. As our practice comes to a close, take a moment to let it soak in to the body, the double inhales, letting your awareness trickle down into the physical body, noting sensation without judgment. This is how we heal. This is how we process big energy, big emotions. This is how we release trauma, retrain the nervous system. The work you've done here today is powerful. Take a moment and thank yourself for showing up. And it can feel silly to thank yourself, right? We don't do it enough. But even if it's just for a moment, on your next inhale, breathe in that thankfulness. Let it fill your body. You've done good, hard work. Thank you for practicing with me. Thank you for meeting me here. I'm going to take the screen off focus mode. And if you'd like, you're welcome to take some time and hang out and chat. Here we go.